Okay, wonderful. Hello, everyone. This is Coach I, your bold AF life and business coach. I have here Miss Tiffany Moore, who is fabulous, and she's taking out a few minutes to share with you all her experience, her story. We met maybe just about 2.5 weeks ago when she was signing up for my 5-day masterclass, Business Confidence and Magnetism. And we also got on some quick calls. And I would love for her to share with you the shifts that she's had that's just been amazing and tangible on top of what she already had going on, and just like combining with her experiences with me, how that led her to make some big drastic change in her life and her business. So welcome, Tiffany. Please share with us your wisdom.
Well, yeah, Lord. Sorry about that. I had a little glitch there. But yeah, it was, we had the breakthrough call, and I think breakthrough is a good word for it, because I definitely had a huge breakthrough with that call. I had been working on just making some changes in my life. There was, areas where I needed to grow, but the growth, it was just happening slower than I wanted. And my husband is like, you need a female coach. You need a coach that just focuses on women and entrepreneurs. So I started looking, and we got in touch. And through the discovery call, I really had to confront the things I was struggling with in my face, like right in my face, and realizing what would happen if I didn't take drastic immediate action. And, I probably cried through most of the phone call, to be honest. And, and then shared it with my husband, because shared the recording with my husband, and it's things that I probably wouldn't have, maybe I would have talked to him about, but maybe not that deeply. So,
you got really vulnerable, and that was really powerful. And then the fact that you were bold enough to share to your husband, who he had to watch the whole hour of that experience, and which is amazing, because he's so supportive, and he wanted you to be so happy, in your life and in your work.
Yeah, invulnerable is the word. That was the next word that was about to come out of my mouth, which is not something I like being. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and so that was not easy, but it was tremendous, the shift it caused, because just confronting that stuff in front of another person and in front of him in that way, it was like no turning back. And since then, I've made just amazing large changes in my life that have just and everyone is noticing the difference. Like, people around me are like, wow, you just seem totally different. It's like a breath of fresh air. Like it's just crazy. Everyone has noticed it. Like, I don't even have to say anything. They're like, well, what happened? What's going on? And and I feel it too. I feel lighter, and I'm just really excited and energized. I'm finally pursuing what I really want in life. I had put a lot of excuses in front of what I needed to do. Mm-hmm. And you helped me kind of realize, do less to do more. I think that was one of the biggest insights when you said, well, what would happen? And this was the shocker actually for me, that a lot of this stuff was stuff I knew and we had already been talking about, my husband and I. But when you said, what would happen if you just stopped doing everything you're doing? And I was like, my mouth probably hit the floor, and I was like, I can't stop. But then I thought about it, I'm like, well, what if I did? And then over the next few days, I thought about what would that look like and what would happen. And so I've really been on this do less to do more thing, and realizing a lot of stuff is, just the way you see yourself and project yourself too. So it's just a big shift. And I just really appreciate you helping me with that and being that catalyst. And the mastermind was awesome. Yeah, it's really amazing. Can't thank you enough.
Oh my gosh, this is incredible. And thank you so much for taking the time to share this with the ladies. You got away with doing less to do more, which is basically, you had this thing where we talked about trust, right? Where like, can you trust that everything will be okay? Can you trust that your husband can handle this part? Can you trust that your teammates, the rest of them can handle this? Can you trust their kids can have fun in their life? Like, you don't have to do everything for everybody, right? And that's why I asked, like, what would happen if you stopped doing, like, you
Yeah.
know, how horrible would it be? And you just started, and at that moment it was, you resisted it, right? In
Oh,
the call, I can tell it was just,
yeah.
you couldn't just wrap your head around it.
Yeah.
Like the world depended on you. But how
Yes.
hard, it was just such a huge heavy weight and burden to think that the world depended on you,
Yeah. And
right?
that's what my husband had been trying to get me to see and understand. And he's like, it took someone else to tell you that. He's like, I tell you that every day. But letting go is hard. And yeah, it wasn't modeled for me. And it's just not easy. I'm used to being the, like you said, the workhorse, do it all. I do everything.
Mhm.
Everything rests on me, depends on me. And everyone around me is like, God, I get exhausted just hearing everything you're doing. And I had no time for me, no time for my family other than working and providing. And it's been a huge shift, and everyone is really happy with it. So
Oh my
including
gosh. That's the most important part, that you got to be happy, right? And
yeah,
it's just, we got you to come home to yourself and listening to your intuition. So
yeah,
within this basically 2.5 week period, right, since we first met on this
yeah,
like quick 10-15 minute call, and then
yeah,
I got you into like a breakthrough call,
yeah,
and you took my 5-day course,
yeah.
you've made some big business changes. Like, you
Yeah.
let go of some things, and then now like you're now putting out new programs. Like, tell us about that.
Well, so we have a couple businesses, and then I do consulting on the side. And so but our true passion, what we wanted to do was life coaching, my husband and I together. But we had these businesses and the consulting that I do, and it felt like, oh, well, all this stuff is already in play. We need to scale that stuff up before we can do the life coaching. And so we were all focused on these plans for scaling up those businesses, which were already providing for us. And then it just made me realize, like, if these are already kind of on autopilot, why worry about scaling them up right now if it's not what we really want to do? Why am I going to
Mm,
invest time, energy, and money in something that isn't my true dream in life?
mm,
So, our other businesses are basically automated.
yeah.
We got them set up great. So I spent about, I've been working on automating them even more. And so then we're like, we're just going to go for it. We're going to do what we've been wanting to do instead of
Yes.
waiting for it. Let's just do it now. And then, yeah. And then I also, through pursuing that, I also got a kind of an idea in my ear that's I guess a bunch of people I know are doing a 10 grand in 10-day challenge. So I was like, you know what, that money manifestation audio has been working on my soul, I guess, because I'm like, honey, I'm doing it, and I'm about to turn 40. I'm gonna have 40 grand. I'm in sales after the 10 grand. I'm gonna do 40 grand by my 40th birthday. So
There you go.
that's what's coming next, and I'm excited because I know, like, pursuing our passion, and it's not about the money, but it's about pursuing what you're passionate in life, and providing that means to be able to do more of it for people. If I don't have to worry about chasing down the next bill, then I can give more of my gifts to the world, which is what energizes me, excites me. And so I'm thrilled. Like, and I have moments that are scary, like posting the post I did on Facebook yesterday. I turned to my husband, I'm like, why am I scared to post this? And he's like, because your life might change. So I'm like, post. So yeah, it's like when I realize fear is just a block to what does he say? On the other side of fear is freedom. So it's like when I see that fear, I know, hey, I need to run right through it. So that's what I'm doing now.
Wow, so powerful. Absolutely powerful. And this is the reason why it's so important to have guidance and mentorship, right? Because like I tell so many people, I know this, you all know a lot of these things, but it's far beyond the knowing. It is the trusting. It is listening to your intuition. And that's where, I was able to help all these women like activate their intuition, that self-trust, to like just boldly take a stand for what they believe in and for what they truly want to do. Like, you had this plan before, like, oh, this is what I'm going to do to scale. And then once, in the next few days, as you got to tap into yourself, you're like, well, what's stopping me from doing the thing that brings fulfillment to me, that is in my genius, that I absolutely love,
Mhm.
right? That's
Yeah.
huge.
It is huge because I'm a do-it-yourselfer, right? Like it's like I do it myself, and this is stuff that I would coach. I coach other people on these kinds of things, but coaches need coaches, and it's one of those things, you can do stuff for other people, but you may have trouble doing it for yourself.
Mhm.
And I think it's just a really important. It's a really important thing to try to not do it all on your own. Try to not do it yourself. You need a team. You need support. That's everybody needs it.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
what we're all about. This is what the work is about, is when you can step into your leadership, you can actually trust that other people can handle a lot of these things for you. And then you
Yeah.
can create that bigger vision. You can be the
Yes.
visionary person instead of the worker bee.
Yep. Yep.
You.
Yep. So,
All right. This is perfect. Thank you so much. Do you have any last wisdom, any inspiration for, women who are looking to work with me, who are looking to join any of my courses or programs? Anything you want to share with them so that they know, they will be taken care of?
you know, breakthrough is the word, transformative is the word, just from that call, and then the mastermind, I just heard countless women talking about the breakthroughs and shifts that they were having each day. It was kind of, it was awesome. It was inspiring. And, I would leave people with those two words. So breakthrough and transformative. That's what.
Yes. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love this. Thank you so much, Tiffany.
Thank
And
you.
you're welcome. I'm going to receive that. I definitely am going to receive that. Sometimes we forget, right? We just do our work and then we forget to pause and like receive the gratitude.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, enjoy your day. Thank you so much, Tiffany.
All
And
right.
I'm going to pass this on to all the women out there because
Okay.
your message is so important. Okay.
Bye.
All right. Wonderful. Bye.